Good evening. I'm Kavita Karki and you're watching Emerging SME, a television program which highlights the achievements of such SMEs who from a modest beginning have now become a brand name in their respective business vertical. The first company in this episode is Deccan Gold Mines Limited, which was established as a gold exploration company in 2003. Deccan Gold Mines was set up by promoters with deep roots in the exploration and mining sector. Deccan Gold Mines is the first private sector gold exploration company in India to be listed on the Mumbai Stock Exchange, and now the company has a large portfolio of exploration prospects in the states of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh.
Today we have with us Mr. Sandeep Lakwara, the Managing Director of Deccan Gold Mine Limited. Good evening, Mr. Lakwara. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
I would like to begin this program with our very first question. Deccan Gold Mine Limited was established in 2003 as a gold exploration company by promoters with deep root in the exploration and mining sector. How's the journey so far?
Yeah, it's been exciting. It's been a long journey. We've had quite a few successes along the way, but I believe it could have been a lot smoother. The reason we came to India is very simple. We believe that India offered tremendous opportunities in terms of gold discoveries. The area was not explored fully. There is a fascination for gold within the Indian community, and yet we are relying heavily on imports. And we believe that there is strong potential here to make some very large discoveries, but because of lack of adequate exploration, that potential has not been fully realized. So the idea was to come here, apply for various prospects within the country, which we have done quite successfully over the last so many years. We have prospected, we have explored within those prospects, we have identified gold deposits. Some of these deposits are going to go into production, others need further development, but overall, it's been a good journey, but I just wish it could have been faster. Mainly the delays have been the regulatory environment, which I believe could be tackled in a better fashion. And had that been done, the results from our perspective would have been much better.
DGML has so far explored more than 6,500 square kilometer area, and you have a large portfolio of exploration prospect in the states of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Please tell us something about your operations and projects.
I think the key target within our project area is the one that I've been talking about earlier, which is the Ganajur main deposit. This is the one that we want to produce, that we want to take into production next year. So this is a deposit which is available closer to the surface, about 120 meters from the surface, and the idea is that this would involve open pit mining. We have already identified a reserve in the vicinity of around 315,000 ounces of gold. So Ganajur is the main target, but surrounding the Ganajur main deposit, we also have a lot of satellite sites that have the capacity to feed additional resources once mining commences at the Ganajur main deposit. So our idea is to commence mining at the main deposit and then continue exploring around the main deposits within these satellite sites where we've already identified resources. Some of these satellite sites are called, for example, the Karjagi deposit, the Ganajur Southeast deposit. Now we've already identified resources in the vicinity of 30 to 35,000 ounces within these areas. But one of the most prospective belts for us, once it becomes available to us, it's an application that has been lodged, but it's been pending as a result of a petition that has been contested in the Supreme Court, is this Hatti Musky greenstone belt area. There are projects, particularly one that is very, very attractive is a project called Hiren Agnur, where we have undertaken exploration work in the past. We've also undertaken some drilling, and we have identified a reasonable quantum of resource in that area, but we believe that that particular deposit can be a very large deposit subject to further exploration being undertaken.
Experts feel that liberalized internationally compatible mining policies can attract more foreign and Indian policy investment. On government front, what favorable policy framework the Indian gold mine industry expects to revive the gold exploration in the country?
Yes, number one on that list, of course, would be the regulatory framework. And within the regulatory framework, there are many, many things that the government can do. Fast track the processing of application, give taxation incentives, look at the royalty regime so that it's more affordable, etc. But the key thing that the government really needs to address is how to attract spending more money on exploration. And with that in mind, the government has set up what they call a National Mineral Exploration Fund. And the purpose behind this fund is that this fund will make money available, particularly to government agencies who are involved in the exploration. Some of the best discoveries in the world and some of the major discoveries in the world that have been made by junior explorers in the private sector. Rarely do you find the mineral-rich countries like Australia, South Africa, Canada, etc., using government funds, which is effectively taxpayer funds, to put money into exploration, which is really a high-risk capital. At this stage, what the government needs to address, which would be very attractive from a potential Indian and a foreign investor, would be the setting up of exclusive permits where if a junior explorer makes a discovery, he can take it all, or the company can take it all to production, through additional funding, and also make available the transfer of licenses, because quite often you reach a stage where you have made the discovery, now you need big funds, and the potential investor wants the application to be transferred to maybe a special purpose vehicle set up for that purpose, so that the project can be funded and taken into gold production. At this stage, the transferability of those licenses is a big question mark, and it's a fairly tedious process if and when it is approved.
What other vision for your future?
Well, I visualize Deccan over the next 5 years to be a major player in the development of the gold industry within India. I see Deccan, the platform has been beautifully established over the last 10, 12 years, and what we now need to do is use this platform to grow in a sustainable fashion, keeping all the environmental, social, and other attributes into perspective as we develop the company.
Here we'll take a short break. Lots more on the other side. Stay tuned in.